My man right here. Campbell, baby, the Cardinals defensive end. Now, this is the guy that when you have the ball, he wants it all the time, either from the quarterback or the running back. And this boy come around the end at top speed. You one of the top players this year, man. Pleasure to meet you. How much you weigh, man?
300 pounds, man. A healthy 300.
Huh?
A healthy 300.
A healthy 300. This don't make no damn sense. What the hell? They hire these people, then they put pads on them. Just come out there naked.
A concerned family member makes a phone call, not because they know something terrible has happened, but because something doesn't feel right. Sometimes those quiet instincts lead to nothing more than an awkward conversation. Other times, they uncover a nightmare. On a quiet street in Atlanta's Buckhead neighborhood, police respond to what should have been a routine welfare check. Instead, they walked into a scene that would leave an entire family shattered, and at the center of it all was a name connected to one of NFL's most respected veterans. What happened inside that home, and how did an ordinary welfare check turn into a murder investigation?
VAL TV 11 News starts with breaking news.
We're following some breaking news now. Atlanta police have arrested the brother of Ravens defensive lineman Calais Campbell in connection with the death of their mother. Officers say they found Nateal Campbell dead Tuesday during a welfare check at her Atlanta home. Calais' brother, Ciarre, now faces multiple charges, including murder, while the Campbell family is asking for privacy as the investigation continues.
Breaking news right now out of Atlanta this morning. Former Cardinals player Calais Campbell's mother was stabbed to death, and police believe Campbell's brother is the man who did it. You probably just got that push alert on our AZ Family News app if you have it downloaded. We know Nateal Campbell was found dead in her Atlanta home yesterday afternoon, and police say her son, Ciarre Campbell, barricaded himself inside the home before being taken into custody. This apparently isn't his first run-in with the law. Police say they've been called out to the home before, including a time in April for possible arson and a mental health episode. Ciarre Campbell is now facing murder charges. Calais Campbell played for the Cardinals, as you know, for 10 seasons, including a one-year stint last year before signing with the Ravens. And the family asking now for privacy as they take in this tragedy.
Our thoughts and
terrible.
condolences to Calais and the family members rocked by this tragic incident there.
On June 30th, 2026, officers with the Atlanta Police Department arrived at a residence after receiving a request to check on 71-year-old Nateal Campbell. The call had come from a concerned family member. No one knew exactly what they would find. When officers entered the home, the situation immediately became something far more serious than anyone expected. Inside, they discovered Nateal Campbell dead. Authorities would later describe the case as a homicide investigation, but the shocking discovery wasn't the only thing waiting inside the house. Police say another individual was still there, barricaded inside the home. That individual was identified as Ciarre Bryce Campbell. He was taken into custody at the scene without further public report of injury to officers. Within hours, investigators began piecing together what had happened inside the residence.
Now at noon, Ciarre Bryce Campbell, the brother of NFL player Calais Campbell, is in jail, accused of murdering their mother in her Buckhead home on Tuesday. Atlanta News First Tracy McPeer joining us now live from the Fulton County Jail. Tracy, what is the latest on this?
Well, within the last hour, Campbell was expected to go before a judge, but he waived his first appearance, so he remains in custody of the Fulton County Jail. Now, 41-year-old Ciarre Campbell was arrested on Tuesday after police found his 71-year-old mother, Nateal Campbell, dead with cuts on her neck at her townhome on Roswell Road during a welfare check. Now, according to police, there have been previous calls to the home, including one in April for a possible arson and a mental health episode involving Ciarre Campbell. Now, Campbell is facing a number of charges right now, including murder, aggravated assault, and possession of a firearm or a knife.
As news of the arrest spread, another name quickly emerged. Ciarre Campbell is the brother of longtime NFL defensive lineman Calais Campbell. Known throughout his football career for leadership and professionalism, Calais has spent years earning respect on and off the field. Now, his family found itself facing unimaginable tragedy, not because of football, but because of an investigation unfolding inside a family home. For those hearing the story for the first time, the connection only deepened the shock.
Breaking news, overnight police charged a man for killing his own mother. Officers found her inside her Buckhead townhome. Channel 2's Darren Moore is live for us in northwest Atlanta outside the jail, where Darren, this morning, the victim's son is behind bars facing murder charges.
Yeah, and it was a welfare check that led police to the home. And as you said, the victim's son is here at the Fulton County Jail charged with murder. But this all happened Tuesday afternoon when Atlanta police showed up at a Buckhead townhome on Roswell Road on a welfare check. Officers found a 71-year-old woman dead inside. Investigators charged her son, Ciarre Campbell, in connection to her death. Now, police didn't say how she died, but collected enough evidence to charge the victim's son with murder.
We're trying to determine the exact details of what transpired in the time frame. So the neighbors have been helpful. We've been able to locate some valuable information.
And family members told police Campbell has a history of mental illness. He's also the brother of former Atlanta Falcons defensive end Calais Campbell. Now, police said they did show up at the victim's townhome back in April, but I'll have that part of the story coming up in the next half hour.
Investigators charged Ciarre Campbell with murder, aggravated assault, and possession of a knife. According to reports, authorities believe Nateal Campbell suffered a fatal neck wound. At this stage, those charges represent allegations. Like anyone charged with a crime, Ciarre Campbell is presumed innocent unless proven guilty in court. His attorney, Jay Apt, publicly stated that his client maintains his innocence and said they look forward to presenting their case during legal proceedings. With an arraignment still pending, many of the key questions remain unanswered. As investigators continue examining the case, police revealed another detail. The home had drawn law enforcement attention before. Officials referenced an April 2026 call involving a possible arson incident at the same location. Police also acknowledged there had been previous indications involving possible mental health concerns related to the individual. Authorities have not publicly stated whether those earlier incidents are directly connected to the events now under investigation, but revelations like those often raise even more questions than answers. What was happening inside that home in the months leading up to this tragedy? Were there warning signs, or was this an event no one could have predicted? For now, those answers remain part of an ongoing investigation. As investigators continued their work, the Campbell family released a heartbreaking statement. They described the loss of Nateal Campbell as the passing of their family's matriarch. They asked for privacy while the investigation continues. The statement also expressed faith that Nateal had been reunited with her late husband, Chuck, and was now at peace. Behind every headline, behind every criminal charge, there is a grieving family trying to process an unimaginable loss.
And turning to some other news this morning, we have new information about a woman found dead in her home in Buckhead. Atlanta police say her son was detained for questioning, and the incident is tied to an NFL player. Ariana Manise joins us live from Atlanta Police Headquarters. And Ariana, we know the victim's son was arrested. What are investigators saying now?
Well, police say tell us that they were called to that home in Buckhead yesterday afternoon for a welfare check. Once they were able to get inside the home, that's when they found the 71-year-old woman dead. Now, this is video from the scene yesterday when our crew was there. Atlanta police say a family member requested that welfare check just after 12:30 yesterday afternoon at a home on Roswell Road. And when officers were able to get inside that home, that's when they found the 71-year-old woman dead. And detain her 41-year-old son, who investigators believe was involved in what they're calling a domestic incident. Investigators say they are still working to determine exactly what happened, including the woman's cause of death. And when we spoke to investigators on the scene, they say this was not the first time officers have been called to that address.
Brief look into the history does show some calls back in April dealing with this location, a possible arson incident, and an arrest. So, there have been some indications of possibly some mental health issues with the individual. But yeah, the family did indicate that.
Now, police have not released the identity of the victim or the person taken into custody. But when police were on that scene, they did confirm that the family was connected to an NFL player. And we received a statement. We came across a statement overnight that was released by a former Falcons player and current Ravens player, Calais Campbell. Now, that statement goes on to say, "We are devastated to share that the Campbell family has lost its matriarch, Mrs. Nateal Campbell. While the details of her passing are still being investigated, we take comfort in knowing she is reunited with our father, her beloved Chuck, and in the arms of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. We ask for privacy at this time so that we may honor her and share in our overwhelming grief privately and as a family." And jail records, they also show that a 41-year-old with that same last name, Ciarre Campbell, was booked into the Fulton County Jail and charged with murder. Now, we have reached out to APD for another update on where their investigation stands at this point and more information about the identity of the victim and the person taken into custody. Once we get all that information confirmed, we'll be sure to bring you the very latest. Reporting live from APD headquarters, I'm Mariana Manise for 11 Alive. Back to you.
What began as a simple welfare check has become a case filled with unanswered questions. Investigators continue gathering evidence. Court proceedings have yet to unfold, and many of the facts surrounding what happened inside that Atlanta home have not yet been made public. As this case moves through the justice system, more information will likely emerge. Until then, the allegations remain just that, allegations, and the legal process will determine what happened. Alright, y'all, there y'all have it, man. That's the crazy story of an NFL player losing his mother to the hands of his own brother. Hey, man, get in that comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Drillers and trappers, we outside trapping and drilling 247. Don't go nowhere. Watch that next video. Gang!